Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes walked silently and calmly into court in San Jose under the glare of the national media. KPIX 5's Len Ramirez on today's opening statements as prosecutors and defense lawyers laid out their case. Len?
That's right. The attorneys painted two very different pictures of Elizabeth Holmes. One, a manipulative person who lied and cheated to get more money and fame. And two, a hardworking entrepreneur who truly believed in her technology and failed, but didn't commit any crimes.
You're back.
Elizabeth Holmes had to squeeze through a crush of cameras to reach the federal courthouse for her fraud and conspiracy trial, which could land the former Silicon Valley star in prison for 20 years. Inside, federal prosecutor Robert Leach told the jury Holmes purposely deceived investors, companies like Walgreens and Safeway, and medical patients, saying the Theranos mini blood analyzer could do routine blood work and screen for diseases using only a drop or two of blood. In reality, Leach said Holmes forged documents and had subordinates modify other companies' machines to run the tests.
It's not a crime to believe your own hype. It's not a crime to be overconfident in your company. It is a crime to knowingly deceive people, and prosecutors will have to prove that that's what Elizabeth Holmes did.
But defense attorney Lance Wade positioned Holmes as a hardworking entrepreneur who never took a day off and truly believed her technology could make lab testing cheaper and easier. He says she was naive and made mistakes, but, quote, mistakes are not crimes. Wade then laid much of the blame on Holmes' ex-boyfriend and Theranos executive Sonny Balwani, who oversaw the lab. He also hinted at a possible secondary defense that Balwani was controlling and abusive to Holmes.
But we don't know exactly how that's going to play out, what her allegations are about how the abuse affected her state of mind and her belief in what she was telling investors and patients.
Elizabeth, how did today go for you?
Holmes, the once charismatic CEO who was often compared to Steve Jobs and saw her company grow to a $9 billion valuation, left the courthouse silently and once again was surrounded by cameras.
Len, who are some of the key witnesses in this trial?
Well, the prosecutor said today that the jury will hear from a couple of former patients, a man who was told that he had cancer incorrectly and a woman who was misdiagnosed about her pregnancy. So that's it for the prosecution. There's going to be many more witnesses, but those will be key because they will stand out from the million-dollar investors who lost a lot of money. On the defense side, it's still not known whether or not Elizabeth Holmes herself will take the stand in her own defense. Tonight at 6, we'll talk to a local defense attorney and legal analyst who says that he would put her on the stand because no one can tell her story as good as she can, and we already know that she has powers of persuasion and a lot of charisma as well.
That'll be interesting to watch. All right, Len, thank you.